me and my friends, like, we had a rap group. Like, I've always used music as my therapy, so I was music. And, like, me and my friends used to play around. We had a group called Caution. When that ended in high school, I still found myself, like, somehow pursuing music. I used to do freestyle videos and, like, videos just in the and I used to post them on Instagram for fun, like, not as my, like, career. And they used to go viral and stuff. And that's when my dad was like, no, you need to fucking get in the studio. We about to lock in. This is what you about to do.
Who were you listening to back then? Who were people that you liked?
When I was in high school, I was listening to Rich Homie Quan. I was listening to always loved Janae. R&B, Young Thug. In high school. Who else? Really, it was like a Rich Homie Quan era, and when I was in high school, to be honest.
What and so at what time and when was it where your dad is like, you got to take this seriously?
What? I'm forgetting what? Like, I was listening to everybody. I was listening to Drake, Nicki, Rich Homie Quan, Young Thug, like, yeah. And I was listening to, I grew up in Savannah during high school, so, like, it was a whole bunch of, like, rappers in Savannah that we used to always listen to in the club, so, yeah.
When was it when your dad is like, you got to take this shit seriously, you got to do something? When was this?
It was probably my senior year in high school. Like, that's around the time, like, my 11th, my senior year, when I started, like, posting, like, the little freestyle videos. And he was on Instagram, so he seen, like, the feedback I was getting and the love I was getting. So, he seen the love I was getting. And then he just used to call me because I had moved back to St. Louis, my hometown. He just used to call me every single day. Every day I get out of school, talking about the freestyle videos I had did, and just used to be like, yeah, no, when we gonna get in the studio? Cause see, we could do it like this. And he just would not leave me alone about it because for a long time I really didn't want to do it. But
what'd you want to do?
I really didn't know what I wanted to do. Like,
yeah.
And I said I didn't want to go to college, but I feel like I was just like running from my own talent at a point in time. So he made me see it through though.
Have you ever had lessons? Were you in the choir? Did you do anything in school? Anything in music?
I was in band, but that's about it. I was never like in the choir.
So how did you know you had a voice? How did you know you could write? How did you know you could do music?
With it, like, I don't know. Like, it was just something I used to always practice. But in my head, I never really thought, like, okay, I can actually make a song. Like, I used to make, like, freestyle videos and just play with it. Like, it comes to me for real. Like, you just, say on your mind.
So I'm jumping ahead, but I'm curious on something. You remember when you did this song with Light Skin Keisha and Lil Keed, Gimme Face? Remember this? Remember when Ross showed up, right?
Up to the studio.
Correct. So what's it like when you're around somebody like Ross, where you got to be on the spot? Do you feel pressure? Do you feel any sense of anxiety, like, oh shit, can I do this?
I wouldn't say I felt pressure, but like moment for me, it was like, damn, like, you didn't work this hard, you didn't got this far, like, look at where you at, it was a good feeling more so than pressure.
What was the first kind of success for you from a song perspective where you felt like I'm on my way?
Honestly, when I got my first EP, I felt like really good. I put so much time and so much work into it, but that wasn't like the peak where I felt like, oh shit. From there, I proceeded to drop Rich Bitch. That's when I like realized like, oh shit, like, yeah, like this is what.
How did you parlay that? How do you make that bigger? How did you do that?
I make Rich Bitch bigger?
Yeah, like after that moment where Rich Bitch, like it's something that brought you up a level. How do you keep going?
I just proceeded off giving that energy, like manifesting my life, continuing to make music that make other girls feel good, like just pouring into myself, hustling. Like that's what I look at Rich Bitch like. So I just continue pouring into that.
Do you have, when you think of your fans, what do they see in you? What do they all, if you had to pick them out of the lineup, my fans are who?
My fans, what they see in me, I'm like a big mystery, but I feel like they see an authentic girl who's just like, out here being herself and flourishing as she grows. She's like elevating and just, they just watching me grow as a person.
Do you find yourself at this point giving actual advice to other people?
Yeah, I feel like I always give advice to other people, even my team. I give advice to like everybody around me, my YouTube videos. I'm always trying to like encourage and just like spread my knowledge that I know to other people.
Are there people out there for you that maybe not from so much from music, but just let's say women who inspire you? I want to the mold that they've crafted for themselves is something you see for yourself. How they're acting, how they're moving.
I love Rihanna actually. Like Rihanna is like just a whole around boss, like a whole around brand. She not only does music, but she tapped into fashion. She tapped into like the beauty world. Like I would love to take my brand to that level.
And fashion's an important part for you.
I love fashion. Yes,
And
absolutely.
has it always been? There's something that's kind of developed over time.
Definitely developed over time. But like when I was in high school, I always used to find myself doing like funky stuff with my outfits, like stuff that nobody else was doing in school. Like in elementary school, I would put on my uniform. Like say if I was wearing a dress, I might put on some sneakers or some Jordans with my dress. Like no other girl in school was doing that. They would probably wear flats. But
Do you make that part of Dior, the singer? Or is that two different people?
I feel like it's just all tied into one. Like I'm connecting the two.
You're the same. You think you're the same on and off?
Yeah, I'm the same on and off.
It doesn't change. Have
Wait,
you had hurdles that you had to overcome?
but
Have you had hurdles, things that you've had to overcome just to get to where you are now?
yeah, like the whole process is just, it's with things you gotta overcome every day. But I look at everything like a lesson. So never a loss, never a failure. I just, learn from everything I experience.
For example, you mentioned Treasure. Is she still with you? Is she still around you?
Yep, she sure is.
Anybody who name three people that are still from day one have been in your corner?
Treasure, Christina, Marco. Marco's a videographer. Christina is one of my good friends who assists me with a lot of stuff. And Treasure is my creative director. And Naya Ashley, my
So,
stylist.
so take those four people because I think it's important. What have each Nate? Tell me something that each one of them has taught you, what you've learned.
Naya, I would say Naya taught me how to be patient because she's just so like gentle, soft, like taught me how to be patient, don't like get overwhelmed. Christina, I would say Christina taught me to not give a fuck, like just to not give a fuck because she's just like real careless. Treasure to step outside of my box because she's super creative. And Marco is a videographer, so he just, taught me how to get in my element when I'm recording videos.
Which part of the business do you like the most?
Definitely the creative part, like making the music.
Are there songs? Are there songs that you thought? Because I always get a kick out of this in the music space. That were not you didn't think anything of, and then they become huge.
Yeah, actually, one of my songs, No Hook. It was just like a song I put out a while ago, like after, and a lot of girls really loved it. I didn't expect that with that song because it was just like a little song I made for fun and was like, oh, I'm just gonna put it out there.
What does that teach you?
Don't think so hard about stuff. Like, sometimes it's good to just let other people judge. Like, don't put too much thought into it.
Just let it go.
So,
Are there people who out there are name some people that you'd love to work with that you haven't yet?
I would love to work with Nikki. I would love to work with Lotto, the City Girl, Hey. Um,
They're all girl. How about any guys?
yeah, I would love to work with Baby. I would love to work with um, Brent Fayez. I love Brent Fayez music. Who else? Don Toliver. A lot of people.
Each of those people, they inspire you musically? Or is it something about them that you just love to work with them?
I just like they vibe. Well, I love Nikki. Like, she's super creative. Like, I love Nikki. So, yeah. But everybody else, I just like they vibe. I like everybody's vibe.
So you've got new music coming. You're about to drop Raw, correct?
Raw on the 23rd. I just posted my trailer.
You, is does at this point, is it nerves? It's excitement? Is it a little bit of both?
At this point, I feel like before I was nervous, but now it's just excitement. Now it's like it's the week of. I'm just super excited because I didn't work so hard. I'm really ready to just like put my work of art out for the people, to judge, and just listen to. Like, I'm excited.
Are Is there one single you like the most? Don't, you have to say, but is there one that you think is? Do you ever think about that? Like, which one's going to work? I think it's going to be this one, and people like the most.
Like I said, I'm not gonna like think too hard on it, but the song that I listen to the most is called Bottega.
Okay.
That's the song that I listen to the most.
Do you like performing in front of people?
I love performing. Like, I be nervous before I go out, but once I get on the stage, like, it just be a breeze. I love being on stage.
How involved are you in the video side?
How involved? Like, as
Yeah.
far
Dictating the storytelling.
as, I'll probably like give the direction of what I want to do, and then I'll let Treasure like bring it to life. So, like, you know, I just give her the vision, and then she create the whole mood board, add to, and all of that.
Got it. Can you talk? I know you got a new thing coming, a new series coming. Can you talk about that?
Reality show.
Yeah. Can you talk about it?
Okay. I mean, yeah, I can talk about it a little bit. It's just a whole bunch of bosses, boss women and males, just, you know, on their everyday life of just handling business, the ups, the downs, and, you know, just following everybody on their life journey of me personally being an independent artist. So,
Do you want to be signed?
yeah, eventually one day I do want to be signed, but I feel like I didn't put in so much work myself to get this far. When I do sign, I want it to be like tailored to my liking.
What and for because there's so many artists who've had a bad experience, right?
I've
On
heard,
the label side. Say again.
I've heard a lot about people's experiences with being signed.
What would be your biggest concern?
I just don't want to get caught up in like like a bad situation, you know, like to where I'm fucked. I can't release music, or I can't have as much control over my career, masters, and all that type of stuff.
Got it. Can you talk about Blocked?
Yeah, I can talk about Block. Yeah.
What's it going to be?
So Block is basically just, you know, females, we always gotta block a guy. We always gotta block a nigga. Yeah, so that song is like based around that, like a little talking about relationship, more melodic. And I actually did a block series around that. I interviewed a couple people and I asked them questions about, you know, relationship status, like not even really like relationship status, but like just basically like their opinion on certain things about a relationship.
Who can you name some of the people that you sat down with and talked about this?
Suki.
Yep.
Sat down with Jada. We sat down with Craig. Look, I'm gonna give y'all all the people. We sat down with Suki. We sat down with Jada. We sat down with Greg. We sat down with Raya. Yep.
And what's it in talking to you? The female side of your life is important. Why is that so important?
Because I feel like that's the side of my life that people can relate to the most. Like, I feel like people can really relate to that. The stuff I talk about, like what I go through, like me putting it in my music, people can really like.
Is there anybody on the male side you could relate to?
Yeah, I mean, it's people on the male side I can relate to. Thinking off the top of my head, I really don't know, but yeah. I mean, I feel like males and females, we all relate to each other. So.
Yeah. Yep. So what's next? What do you have goals you put in place for yourself?
Yes. Within the next 5 years, I want to see myself really tapping into like more artistry, like my music, different things, different types of music. And also I want to tap into like modeling and like fashion more too. and like connect the two. Maybe play music to walk to because I just walked in my first show a week ago.
How'd you like that?
Enjoyed it a lot. Like I loved it. I wasn't nervous. I had a lot of fun. It was fun.
What are the labels you like?
Um,
Brands.
well, I love R13. I love Marnie. I love Diesel is cutting up these days. I love Diesel. I have on Wang. I love Alexander Wang. Yeah.
You got it. You got it, styling. So for the young Dior, the next generation artist is coming up. What's advice that you've learned that you'd want to pass off to them in the music space?
Don't get discouraged. Stay motivated, stay focused, and reinvest into yourself. Keep hustling and take all that money and drop it back into yourself. Pour a lot into you. Even if nobody else do, believe in yourself.
Did you get discouraged? It doesn't sound like it.
I'm not gonna sit here and lie. Like, yes, I get discouraged all the time because it's like you just be caught up and just feeling like you want to be here and you're not, or you haven't really did nothing. But when you take a step back and just look where, like when I take a step back and I look at where I've come, like I've accomplished a lot, especially at 20.
Oh God, yes. Is your dad proud of you?
My dad is super proud of me. He tells me that every day. My mom too. My mom just, she chill. I talk about my dad a lot, but like my parents are very, very, very proud of me.
What does St. Louis bring to your life?
St. Louis just brings my culture. Like it's my bloodline. Where my family are, like, I love St. Louis.
And what does Savannah bring?
Savannah brings my personality. I feel like Savannah really like raised me. Like my closest friends there. Like I love Savannah.
Dior, I'm a big fan. I feel like we've known each other for years because you've been around our brands all the time. We love supporting you.
Got some history.
Say again?
Got some history.
Exactly. And there's nothing, for me, there's nothing better. I tell people all the time, I don't want a transaction. I want a friendship. I want a relationship. So I wish you all, you're going to have huge success on Raw. I know you're going to have huge success on Blocked and everything else you do because you're a grinder and you're going to keep going and you've got raw talent and anybody whose father believes in them is a huge, huge plus. That's a huge plus.
It's our red. If I was light skinned, my cheeks would be red.
Yeah. I love it. I love that you're in our space doing this. If there's anything I can do, please ask. Everybody, please check out Dior. You're going to love her as much as I do, all right?
Stay tuned for the EP this Friday.
This Friday, everybody check it out. You'll see my purchase, all right?
Thank you.
Thanks, Des. Thank you, everybody. Have a great night. Bye-bye.